After my wife of 6 years betrayed me, I left her and embarked on a journey of self-discovery, determined to live my best life. But tonight, I just need to scream into the void. I can't talk to anyone about this, the weight of it is too heavy. My wife is cheating on me. She has been for the last 2 months, and I don't even know where to start trying to understand how this happened. We had it all. A beautiful home, stable careers, no financial struggles. We weren't facing any kind of addiction or substance abuse. We even went to therapy together. Our daughter was healthy, perfect in every way. We were about to celebrate our 6th wedding anniversary in just 3 months. We'd been together for 11 years. And yet, everything was a lie. I've spent the past 2 days combing through every little detail, examining every moment we shared, every word exchanged. Where did it all go wrong? When did she stop being happy? When did our life, our perfect life, become so unsatisfactory to her that she felt the need to step outside of our marriage? She's been seeing some guy she met on Facebook. Just like that. She threw our family away. I don't understand. I found out by accident, and it feels like a punch to the gut. My daughter's tablet died, so I grabbed my wife's iPad to let our daughter watch her videos and get ready for bed. My wife wasn't home. She was away on a trip and wouldn't be back for 4 more days. The moment I turned on the iPad, I heard the notifications dinging one after another. I muted them, but then I saw it, a name I didn't recognize, accompanied by a little winky face. A man's name, a stranger, someone who was clearly more than a friend. I dove deeper into their messages. They've met up, spent nights together, gone on dates, and even planned a romantic cruise for next month. The same cruise she told me was a bachelorette trip with one of her friends. She lied to my face, and I encouraged it. I wanted her to get out more, to reconnect with herself, because she'd told me that motherhood had made her feel isolated. I was proud of her for pushing through and becoming more social. But all these friends she's been hanging out with? They don't even exist. They were nothing but characters she created to cover up her affair. I feel like an absolute fool. I trusted her completely. We've been in couples therapy for a year. We communicated, went on dates, exchanged gifts, and our sex life was better than I could have imagined. Never once did I doubt her. But now, everything I thought I knew about our relationship is shattered. How do I confront her? How do I even begin to process this? I don't want to break up our family, but I know deep down that there's no fixing this. I'll never be able to trust her again. Do I let her go, let her be with this man who clearly makes her happier than I do? The thought of it terrifies me. My whole life, my existence, has been entwined with hers. How do I untangle it? How do I begin to separate? I have 4 more days, for days to sit in this uncertainty, to overthink every possible outcome. I don't know what to do, and I'm lost. Maybe the community can offer some clarity. One person suggests, you've got 4 days. Get a lawyer, get the divorce papers ready. At least be prepared. You don't have to go through with it immediately, but don't let her think she can just waltz back in and act like nothing happened. Another advises, look this guy up on Facebook. See if he's married, and if he is, send his partner the evidence. Then when she walks in, ask her about this friend she's going on a cruise with. When she gives you some fake name, stop her cold and hand her the proof, screenshots, printouts, divorce papers. Make sure everything is already in order, custody arrangements for your daughter, everything. And then there's the cold, bitter truth that hits me like a ton of bricks. My wife has been sailing the seas of betrayal, while I've been paddling away in my little boat of trust. It's almost laughable, her cruise with friends, while she's been out there with Captain Wink emoji. How could I have been so blind? It feels like I've been duped into encouraging her own betrayal. With all of this weighing on me, I feel like I'm about to graduate from Couples Therapy 101 to Advanced Divorce Prep. I've started collecting evidence. I've already contacted lawyers. I've even prepared the divorce papers. But everything is still just a blur. I've tested for STIs, and, of course, I'm devastated to find out she's gifted me something far worse than heartbreak, an STD, HSV too. I still can't wrap my mind around it. The rage, the sadness, the absolute destruction of everything I thought I knew, it's too much. And yet, I feel the shame, the deep, gnawing shame. The next day was a blur. I gathered the strength to tell my parents, my best friend, and prepared myself to face the woman I thought I knew. I took my daughter to my parents' house to get some space, to give myself time to process everything. And then I began cleaning, rage cleaning. It helped, a little. But when Sunday came, I didn't get the chance to execute my plan. She came home early, around 6:30 a.m. She didn't text or call ahead, she was trying to surprise me. But when I saw her walk through the door, I didn't greet her. I didn't say a word. Instead, I handed her the folder, the divorce papers, the evidence, everything I'd found. I don't remember much of what happened next, but I do know I said I wanted a divorce, and that I'd be keeping the house. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. She cried. I didn't. She yelled. I stayed silent, detached. I knew it wasn't the time for discussion. We would handle that later, with lawyers present. It was a blur of emotions, but I did my best to stay calm, to be unemotional. They call it gray rock, I think, and I did it for my own sanity. After she left with just a few clothes and personal items, I stayed behind, with my family and my daughter. My lawyer set up a meeting to discuss custody and finances. It's all so surreal. And then, I got the call from the clinic. The STI results were in. I don't even have words to describe the shock, the anger, the despair. I'm still processing it. I joined a support group, and it's been a small comfort. But even then, I can't shake the shame. The pain doesn't stop. We've been in limbo for 3 weeks now, but the worst part? She wants to terminate her parental rights over our daughter. Our baby. The one she said mama for, the one she loves. She's not just leaving me, she's leaving her own child behind, too. I don't know who she is anymore. I don't know when she changed. But it scares me. I'm terrified of the person she's become, and I can't understand it. My whole world has been torn apart, and I'm left holding the pieces. That day, she didn't want to keep anything, no photographs from our home, no keepsakes, not even memories. All she cared about were her clothes and electronics. I can't understand it, not then, not now, and I'm not sure I ever will. The reality of it all is something I'm still trying to process, but I know we'll have to go to court soon. A petition to terminate rights is looming, and as it stands, I can't bring myself to look at her. How do you look at someone when everything you thought you knew about them feels like a lie? Right now, it's hard to accept this as my reality, not after everything we went through. I'm doing everything I can to stay positive, to be strong for my family, and for my baby. But it's been draining, more than I could have ever imagined. I want to look back a year from now and say I survived this, but right now, just getting through the week feels impossible. I'm not suicidal, just emotionally, mentally, and physically demolished. I've been absolutely demolished, and the weight of it is unbearable. One of the community members had this to say, "Your SPX is deep in the affair fog." It's heartbreaking to hear she doesn't want your daughter. She's clearly putting her relationship above everything else right now. This is gut-wrenching to read. She will regret this decision later, but she doesn't know it yet. You're doing great, finalize the legal stuff before the fog lifts, and lean on your friends and family. Stay strong. Then came the moment she came home early, probably expecting to surprise me with a cheerful "Honey, I'm home." But instead, she walked straight into the ambush of reality. There I was, an unsuspecting barista serving up the hot cup of I know everything, alongside a side of divorce papers. That was one way to start the morning. But just when I thought the plot couldn't get any thicker, the clinic called. And what did they have to say? A parting gift from my soon-to-be ex, HSV2. It's like the cherry on top of the world's worst sundae. Sure, it won't kill me, but it's certainly not the kind of thing anyone puts on their bucket list. Fast forward to the lawyer showdown. I walked in there with my fresh new diagnosis, probably feeling like I was on a twisted game show. Then, the bombshell hit. She wants to terminate parental rights. Seriously. This woman is treating motherhood like it's an unwanted gym membership. Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, she decided that parenting was too much of a hassle. But here's the twist in the tale, a happy one. For those of you who messaged me, and there have been so many, I'm sorry for my silence. Honestly, I kind of forgot about this account. I'm not much of a Reddit guy, but after seeing a TikTok video about a depressing Reddit story, I remembered mine. It's been about 8 months since I posted about my upside-down situation, and so many of you have reached out to check on me. I appreciate that so much. It means more than I can put into words. To sum up the sad part quickly, my divorce was finalized without any hiccups, and I'm still trying to sell the old house. In the meantime, we've moved to a new state. My ex is still petitioning to terminate parental rights. In the last 8 months, I've only seen her 3 times, all of them for court. I was granted temporary full custody, at her request, by the way, and she's had no visitation since. She hasn't seen our daughter in 7 months. And you know what? She's asked for none. I don't know what else she's been up to, or if she's still with her boyfriend. Since the divorce, I've made it a priority to minimize contact for my own mental health. And it seems she's been doing the same. I've offered her plenty of chances to see our daughter, whether through video calls or even flying out, but the answer has always been no. Her parents still call and video chat with our daughter, and we're hoping they can fly out this summer to see her, but they've been cut off by my ex too. I don't know what changed, but I can't fix it. So, I'm accepting it. Now, on to the good stuff, because there's always some light, even in the darkest of times. First off, I'm proud to say I'm now an Arizonan. Never thought I'd end up here, but I've got to say, I'm loving it. My parents moved with us, and I've never seen them this happy. My daughter is thriving. She'll be 2 in July, and she's the funniest, smartest toddler I've ever met. She knows her ABCs, can count to 20, and she loves animals and bugs, especially bugs. And let me tell you, she thinks farts and cows mooing are the definition of comedy. She doesn't know it yet, but she's been my biggest motivation to heal and be my best self. Every day, as her personality grows, I'm in awe of how amazing she is. She is, without a doubt, my greatest gift. I've been in therapy through all of this, and I'm in a much better headspace now. I'm working on getting back on top of my health. I put on about 30 stress pounds, but I'm not in a rush. I'm taking it one day at a time. As for dating, I haven't even thought about it, and I don't think I will for a while. Being a single parent has its challenges, but I'm doing okay. I have my family and friends to thank for their unwavering support, and that's made all the difference. There are still tough moments ahead, I'm sure, but I'll roll with them, just like I've rolled with everything else. This isn't the end of the world, even though it sure felt like it at times. The sun will rise tomorrow, the birds will sing, and everything will be okay. And you know what? A big thanks to my therapist, because those words, the sun will rise tomorrow, have helped me more than I can say. Sorry this turned into such a long post. Maybe I should start journaling, or even a blog. But again, thanks to everyone who reached out, offering advice during the hardest time of my life. I can't express enough how much it meant. And thanks to those of you who took the time to read this. It truly means a lot. One final comment from the community: it's hard to imagine a mother not wanting to see her baby again. Something must have broken inside your ex, and when the fog lifts, she will regret it. But for now, she's lost. You've got wonderful parents by your side, and that's something she'll never have. Your daughter will grow up so fast, so cherish every moment with her. You're doing great. Wishing you all the best. And so, it seems like your ex is still on her too cool for motherhood tour, only 3 visits in 8 months? It's like she's vanishing into thin air. I'm sure her lawyers have frequent flyer miles by now, but hey, at least you've got full custody of your amazing daughter. She's counting to 20, laughing at farts, and proving every day that genetics are a wild ride. Moving to Arizona was a big plot twist, wasn't it? But you're thriving under the desert sun. Living your best life with supportive parents and a toddler who thinks cow moves are peak comedy. And hey, therapy check, stress pounds, still on the list, but who cares? You're rocking this single-parent life like a superpower. As for dating? Totally understandable, you deserve a break from that emotional roller coaster. How would you have handled this? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Until next time.